Hello, welcome to this short video where we look at student performance reports, how to get data on student performance being collected inside of the Learning Blade system. Let's take a live demo so we can see what it looks like. First thing you would do is log in as a teacher. Once you've logged in as a teacher, what you can do is you can click on one of your classes over here on the dashboard and take a look at students in that class. You'll notice there is a tab on the right here that says Reports. When you click that tab, you have two types of reports, a curriculum report and a standards performance report. A curriculum report will show you how students are performing individually on each lesson in Learning Blade, on the mission in Learning Blade, what their score is and what their progress is. The standards performance report will show you how they're performing relative to specific standards, how many times they've seen questions related to that standard, and how many times they've gotten it right. So what I'd like to do is just show you one other feature. Once you've chosen a report, it asks for a date range. You can use that on the curriculum report to zero in on what did my students do yesterday, what did they do last week, or what did they do this quarter. So you can use that date range by typing in the date range features. If you enter no date range, it'll show you the entire history of the student. What I like to do now, so once you've done that, you would click Show Report, and it'll download a report for you. And it'll look something like this. So here I can see all the students in my class, and I can sort with these little arrows over here. On each column, there's an arrow sorter by the number of tools or teammates that have been completed, activities completed, or by time. There's also different tabs here. So I can look at the mission details, and this takes a second, so just bear with the video. And here you can see that there's a drop down for class average or for student list. So if I had assigned a mission to all of the students in my class, I can drop down to that list and see each individual student in my class and their performance on different activities. In this case, I can see, for example, what Alan Turning's finished and what his percent progress in the mission is, or that George Carver's completed these missions and that Mae Jemison has completed these missions, and so on and so forth. The next tab is the Unit Details tab. Here you can look at the tools and teammates and see what tools and teammates students have completed and what progress they have. So for example, you might choose to assign to a student the biomedical engineer tool or teammate, and you could check and see if they've completed that and their progress or their score. Lastly is the Activity Details tab. This tab, I personally believe, is probably the most functional for teachers, as it includes the score on every single lesson the students have completed in Learning Blade, and you would pull the drop-down list to see the student list. And here I can now sort by student name, first name, I could sort by last name, I could sort by their progress in the lessons, about the amount of time, or by the date they've completed, even by the subject. What I would like to show you, though, is a feature I often show teachers when they're really trying to get data out of Learning Blade, is there is this Export Current View. What this tab will do over here, if you click on the Excel, is it'll export the tab that you're currently on into an Excel doc. So right now I'm on the tab which I think has the most information, and I'm going to download that for me to look at for my class. You could also do that individually for students. So I've clicked Students at the top, and I might choose to look at how my student Isaac Newton is doing, and I could print a report on Isaac Newton as well. So you can print individual reports for students, and possibly that's an easy way to send it home to parents and tell them how their student's doing in Learning Blade. You can look at a whole class report and see how the class is doing on individual standards and features. I do just want to show you what that Excel report looks like quickly. Here's what a standards performance report looks like in Learning Blade. Here I'm looking at Isaac Newton, and I can see that he's answered this geometry question, solve real life and mathematical problems involving angle, measure, area, surface area, and volume. He's seen that problem 3 times. He's gotten it correct 2 times for an average percent correct of 66% correct. That's telling me a very important information about student performance on standards. Similarly, for Newton, I've looked at his curriculum report. On his curriculum report, I'm able to see all of the information, his student profile, so I know I'm looking at Isaac Newton, what activity he's done, his scores, his amount of time spent, and the date completed. So a note to teachers that use Learning Blade: data collection for their gradebook. One of the things you can do here is a sort. So you could sort by date completed, and this will show me what the student did most recently, if I was looking to see what they did in the last week or last month, or in this case, 3 years ago. But those are the two different reports in Learning Blade. There's a lot of information in Learning Blade that you can use to share with parents, share with administrators, share with colleagues. We hope that the data collection in Learning Blade is a useful tool for you as you try and assess student performance. Thanks for watching this video.